Your employment in your traditional 9-to-5 job is keeping you poor. At the start of 2022, 64% of the U.S. population was living paycheck to paycheck. And even among those who are earning six figures in their job, 48% of those say that they, too, are living paycheck to paycheck. According to a recent report, Americans now say that they need to be making roughly $122,000 a year in order to ensure financial security. However, for those of you who also live in my home state of California, unfortunately, the numbers are much higher. $120,000 is considered low income. Inflation is outpacing wage growth in the United States, and this is a huge problem. I want to share with you a mindset and action plan to completely change everything for your financial situation for the better. Before I explain this, I want to acknowledge that this is not for everyone. There is immense value in job security, set hours, employee benefits, company healthcare, and not being responsible for the fate of the business. But for those who do have the motivation to be their own boss and break through the income limitations that are put on employees of the workforce, I want to talk about one of the biggest reasons being self-employed can change your life. There are two problems with traditional employment, which keeps workers in an exhausting cycle of working paycheck to paycheck. Number one is that you have an income ceiling, a maximum amount that you could potentially earn in a specific job. Sure, this can be increased over time with raises, bonuses, or overtime, but in general, you are going to receive a certain amount of pay for a certain amount of work, which brings us to the second problem, that your income amount is defined by the time spent working. Whether you are paid hourly or you are salaried, you have an amount of time that you're expected to work, though if you're salaried, it oftentimes is more. And for that amount of work, you are then paid a certain amount in exchange. This time exchange for money means that you can never grow your income beyond the amount of work that you can actually take on or the amount that is available. You have 24 hours in a day and no more. This can lead to a frustrating cycle of trading time for money, which results in little financial growth, not to mention extreme exhaustion of the paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. We're taught to approach work this way. We go to school and we either learn a trade or go on to earn a degree. Then we trade our time for money. What the schools are failing to teach, however, is that this is not the only option. Trading time for money means that there's a limit on your earning potential. However, developing income streams that are not dependent on a time exchange means that you are opened up then to the possibility of breaking through that ceiling and changing the limitations previously imposed on your earning potential. Now, when you trade your time for money, you are providing a service or completing a task or creating something, all of which you must physically be present and spending your own time on. When you move away from this model and start to earn income in a way which does not require you to be actively completing work beyond an initial amount of work or some basic ongoing work to keep things up and running, then your income can start to really take off. Think of a direct comparison between two types of workers in the same field. The self-employed graphic designer spends 3 days out of the month creating digital products, 1 day loading those products into their online shop, and 2 days setting up an automated marketing system. In 1 week of work, they have created digital products which they will never have to create again. As long as they market them properly, those products will sell and be automatically downloaded, work which never has to be done again, but will continue to make sales and bring in income for years to come. Because they don't have to create this work again, they can focus on creating new designs and setting those up to bring in more passive income. They can increase the prices, they can increase their marketing sales funnel or their advertising budget, they can create content such as a YouTube channel which funnels viewers in to make those sales, and they can do so much more. Because they are building these streams of passive income and the work put into those products essentially never has to be done again, over time they will be able to increase their earning ceiling because they are not limited to the constraints of time faced by traditional employment. Now, if the same graphic designer was not self-employed, was not setting these things up, but instead was working as an employee for another company, They would arrive at 9 a.m., they would leave at 5 p.m., and they would take home a paycheck, trading time for money each day. They might incur bonuses or increases over time. They will essentially be stuck at a capped income because they can't possibly work more. We have 24 hours in a day, and that is all. Therefore, trading time for money means that you automatically have that income ceiling imposed on you. Now, there's a number of ways you can develop streams of income that are not exchanges of time for money. Rather, they are more passive income streams that continue to generate income well after the initial work to create the product was completed. Some of the most profitable of these include selling online courses, creating digital products such as templates, PDFs, educational materials, and printables, building membership sites and communities, and creating a monetized YouTube channel, podcast, or blog. If we're constantly trying to keep our heads above water and focusing only on the day-to-day time for money exchange, it makes it incredibly hard to build financial freedom. While there is an immense value in the security of a 9-to-5 job and self-employment can be a lot to handle, I would recommend everyone seeking financial freedom to consider ways that you can begin to develop streams of more passive income. This applies too for those of you that plan on keeping your 9-to-5 jobs or who do plan on continuing to service clients in your business. These can be built in the background in small chunks as you continue your current workload. Choose one passive income stream to begin building slowly and stick with it. What you can create in small chunks each day can be built over time to a product that will continue to earn you income passively in the background for years to come. Changing the way that we think about earning money and taking steps to break through that income ceiling can completely change your financial situation.